guys, welcome to Civ 5. I'm going to be controlling all 12 players, because I would have just chosen one Civ, but my computer won't let me have meet any AI, so I decided to do 12 player game where I am all 12. All of these Civs I either really like or have really wanted to play. I've renamed all of them as I am going to do their cities, based on books/films. I will explain where each one's from when we get to them. So yeah. I'm sorry that I've had to stop Civ with Charlie. I was completely surprised by it myself, and I'm really disappointed. But yeah, in the middle of the series, it was like, Civ is really boring. So at least diplomatic equals in Prince Apprentice and Austria is also really diplomatic community, even in their Civ name, so Civ power. Got to be really actually a really good game. So I've got 3 from the Range Apprentice series, and when we get on to the next one I will show you. Great, I've played Earth mode so many times I already know where we are in the world. I already know we're in South America. Now you'll notice that with quite a few of these I go straight for pottery and instantly build a monument. That's because you need to get a religion early. You have to get it. Because it gives you so many good buffs, and it's just generally the best decision. It's loads of gold. It gets you loads of happiness and stuff. It gives you something to do with your faith. But of course, it can start religious wars. I've never actually had that happen to me yet. But as history has demonstrated, religious wars can occur. So who's the next person? It is Pakal of the Miner. But in this, he is called Short, and he is leader of Celtica. He again is from Ranged Apprentice, and he doesn't actually become ruler of Celtica until the end of the 8th spoilers. Sorry, for anyone who's planning on reading the series. of course, he doesn't actually get mentioned until the beginning of the series. Until the beginning of the book, so can't be massive spoilers, I must admit. And the capital is Dunkilty. I chose these guys. I chose Sean. I chose Pakao to be Celtica because they are very religious, and these guys can be made very religious because of their power, which is after researching theology, receive a bonus great person at the end of every mile-long calendar cycle. Each bonus person can only be chosen once. So, because it's theology, let me just open it up. Because it's theology, it forces you to get pottery. A special thing, special building is to do with faith and science. You have to get calendar and writing, which is, and Stonehenge that you get from calendar is very thing. Philosophy instantly makes you get more faith. And then theology, it's very faith oriented. So, yeah. That's why I chose him to be who he is. And I think I am in Russia. Well, no surprise there. I'm probably in, yeah. It's hard to describe the location, but you can probably guess. Now I said Russia, you can probably guess whereabouts. I mean, Iraq, the last person from the Ranger Prince series, leader of the Scandian people. I don't even know where I am. Anyway, Iraq is leading the Scandian people who are very seafaring. They are Vikings. They're based off the Vikings. I'm gonna go with pottery again because pottery is really useful. Gonna go Jaguar this time. Click on the advert. And the capital of theirs is Hauser. So yeah. I thought these guys were really relevant because they're Vikings. These guys are kind of Viking-y. I know some people are shouting, why didn't you choose Denmark? But I think these guys are far more warlike. I prefer these. So yeah. The next series of books where my character is from is from the Inheritance series by Christopher Paley. Or you might have seen the film made after the first one in the series, Aragorn, playing the Sculptorix, the evil guy. He's also leader of Allegasia. I guess he's in Egypt. The capital is Uru. Fame, of course, monuments at this time. Because I'm playing as the Huns, I'm not going to go for pottery. I get panel 3. I'm going to go straight for mining, so I can go for bronze worker. Because battering ram, really good with war, and then you go for mathematics to get the courthouse, and then you go for pottery. That's what I like doing when I'm playing as a Huns. For the first few researchers. And now because I can see some ruins there, I'm going to put my warrior in the wow, another one. Whenever I'm this early on in the game and I find ruins, I always am obsessed with trying to walk my warrior into the ruins so it could get upgraded to a spearman, but the next replacement of the spearman is the battering ram. Next person, Oren, again, from the Inheritance series, introduced in the second book. He's leader of Serda, which is nearby, and in this, he is controlled by Korea. You're all now thinking about King John, whatever, you know who And then because I'm Korean, I go straight to writing because it can get me the library, the Great Library, which help apply to this special thing, special abilities. The capital of Zerda is Aberon. I thought these guys were relevant because why did I? Because Orin is in the book is very scientific and he's always messing with chemicals. So I thought this would be decent. Another person that I sometimes use when I'm using Orin, because I usually do this on my own, is sometimes I even use Arabia instead, because they live in the desert. Zerda the desert. Next, final one in the Inheritance series is Islan Zadi, Queen of the Elves and Duel Varden. And in this game, she's controlled by Boudica of the Celts. Not Celts, Celts. And now, I know where the Celts are. They are in, what do you call it? They're on the border between Alaska and northern Canada. Now, because of Boudica's power, which gets her faith when she's next to when she's got a city next to forest, I'm not going to rush pottery. I'm going to rush mathematics instead, because it's far more useful. Yeah, so that's what I thought. No point in rushing to get pottery so you can get religion when you're already getting faith. So I thought that was rather useful. I thought the reason I chose Boudica to control these guys is because the thing is based very around forest, and in the books they are very forest related. Although one thing that is different between them is in the books they're very peaceful, but in this, Boudica is made to be fairly aggressive. So that's one thing that I have to mention. Next is just one person in this series actually. It's from the I can't remember what it's called actually. It's from the Old Kingdom series by Garth Nix. So controlled by Orion. But in this, he is being played by Darius of Persia. Now I know that I am in America, near Old Faithful, and because I've played this so many times, I know that the Grand Mesa and what's the other one? What's the other one that's near Barangay Crater? They'll be just down in this area here. Again, I'm going to go for pottery, and again I'm going to build a monument. Wow. So I've already got a city with two citizens in because of the ruins. And I get another ruins, which gets me a load of map area. So cool. And if you've read the Old Kingdom series, you know the capital is Belazeri. I think that's how it's pronounced. I don't know. So, next is Genghis Khan of Mongolia, but in this he is Thranduil of the Elves. I thought I chose Mongolia because the elves are very good at managing their city. As well as being a fierce military leader, Getting fans famous for being a good social leader as well. And that's the same with the elves, in my opinion. So, correct me if I'm wrong, is Rivendell? Well, I probably am wrong anyway. Those yield icons are so annoying. Right. Mongolia. Next is Thorin the Dwarves. In this, being played by Askir of Songhai. Keep on mixing those two up. Now, here, I believe I am somewhere in Europe. Maybe in the Romania area? I'm not sure. Capital. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. The boss was terrible. Again, I'm going to go for that. Again, I'm going to go for pottery. As you can see, there are very few people where I actually don't go pottery when I start. If you haven't guessed already, I'm playing with the Golden Kings expansion. Just to clarify that. Next, again, from the Middle-earth series by J.R.R. Tolkien, is Bard, and then in this, being controlled by Egypt, Ramesses II. And I'm in Africa, probably in the Mali Burkina area, just up here, and in that city to Edinburgh. And got the monument, and build it as I'm Egypt, and again go straight to pottery. Pretty standard. The first thing's pretty standard, really. And the final person, no, second to last person, is again from The Hobbit, not The Hobbit, the Middle-earth thing, Lord of the Rings series, that's what it's called. I'm playing with the Hobbits, Bilbo, and this being controlled by Haile Selassie of Ethiopia. And I have not a clue where we are, probably in South Sudan, which is right next to Ethiopia actually, so kind of good. And a couple of the Hobbit thing, the Hobbiton. Again, the special power for what's his name? I've got his name now. Haile Selassie, sorry, so bad. Gonna have to put that out. Not the power I was on about, but this special building for steel produces faith as well as culture, which is very good for getting an early religion. So often I play games where whenever I play a game with Boudica and Haile Selassie in the same game, they're often at war with each other. Usually a religious war, and they both always have religions, for obvious reasons. Yeah. And the final person is Pachacuti of the Incas, but in this, they are Eldacar of Gondor. Exactly right there. I tend not to move my settler on the first turn, unless there's a really good spot somewhere else that I can settle to on the first turn. You want to settle on the first turn because if you don't, you'll be behind technologically, and one turn can make all the difference this early on in game. And again, I'm going to go straight for pottery because I want that shrine to be able to get my religion. Now, this is actually a really good spot because it's really good for food. Pretty good for production once I expand a bit. In fact, really good for it now actually. I'm going to grow in 5 turns, and that's with no one on there. Place that on. Oh no, stagnation. I'm going to place that on loading slow.